Off the Wall Productions is proud to present Voices of the Methow. This is a series of conversations with interesting folk in and around the valley.
Well, that led to the. Before I go to that one, I have to tell you the other one was similar, but it was during Easter time, and me and my two brothers and some of the other boys that decided to stay there with us during vacation time. We were on the horses and we went way back up above Omak Creek there, way back up in the back, and that's where we camped out. And then Sunday afternoon, we were coming back to the school and we were on horses, plodding along and stuff. And I started hearing voices. I could hear these. And as we rode along, we'd stop and I'd hear them. And it sounded like it was coming from the creek up. So we kept riding down there. And then pretty soon it was like laughing and talking. And it was girls' voices. So anyway, we got down a ways and finally we stopped and I was listening. And I told my buddies, hey, let's go see something's going on down. So we got down in these rocks and through the creek and we, being Indians, we're sneaking across the land, crawling across there. Well, up there at the time, above the mission at Omak, they had a falls, these rock falls, and they were pretty good size that they had built there. Anyway, we got up to the end of that rock ledge and looked over, and there were 7 naked nuns. Because the water come down, and then this pool was, we used to go up there and swim all the time. You dive off these rocks and swim around. It was about the size of this room, maybe. We're looking down there and it's like, God, that's Sister Esther. That's Sister, what a, and I sometimes I think the significance of 7, because everything was 7 days in a week, 7 this, 7 that. Here was 7 naked nuns, rather than disturb. But they were just like little kids, Man, they were splashing in the water and splashing each other and pushing in and diving and just going around. We must have watched them for maybe a minute. Anyway, after we finally, it's like, let's leave them alone. We don't want, because God knows what had happened to us if they found out we was watching them, So we backed up, went way back up, and we took the horses and we went way around. But from then on, in the classrooms or whenever, looking at one of the nuns, because all you ever saw of them, was the hand and this face, They had that black habit. We know what's under there. So, anyway, that was one of the fun times.
You've been listening to Voices of the Methow, an Off the Wall production. Until next time, thanks for listening.